Man, I thought it was going to be a slow week, but the last couple of days have really surprised me. I was not expecting for a lot of this news to drop all of a sudden, but it did, and I'm glad because I was afraid that I was going to have very little content. But it has happened. It is here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DYSG episode 4. All right, y'all, let's get right into it. Thank you all so much for listening last time, for the last few episodes. Thank you all so much. You seem to be fans and you're listening, so I enjoy that. Of course, I enjoy that. I need listeners. I need followers. I need subscribers. So thank you all. Once again, I am Nix, and you are tuned into Do You Speak Geek? This is episode 4. For those of you new here, go ahead, go to Spreaker.com. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe on all the new episodes that you listen to. And any upcoming ones, you'll be able to get the first notifications for that on Spreaker. Also, for those of you who are on social media, follow us on our social medias. You can follow us at Facebook at DYSG Media, Twitter at _ Do You Speak Geek, and on Instagram at Do You Speak Geek. The YouTube is still available. Do You Speak Geek is on YouTube. We're the only place you can see the Daddy and Donald show. We are still doing episodes, and go hit that subscribe, like button, flick that bell for all notifications, and please leave comments. We love comments. The Patreon page, it is done. It is complete. I'll let you guys know what to do for that. I'll pretty much only be something $1 a week or $1 a month, how that goes. I'm still new to the Patreon thing, so we'll see how that goes. But it's only going to be $1. Just donate whenever you can. I appreciate you guys, all the help you give me. Do You Speak Geek is in episode 4. So as usual, folks, let's speak geek. Now, first bit of episode content. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is the 14th of April. We are only a few days away from an epic thing. And you all know what that epic thing is. It is the final season of Game of Thrones. And I'll be honest with you, I was not a big Game of Thrones, watcher. But I started watching it. I'm one season in. There's no way I'm going to make the premiere on the 16th. There's no way I'm going to make that premiere. No way I'm going to make it. But I will say this. This show has become such its own thing that I don't know how the geeks who are of Westeros and of Winterfell and those who are at the Wall are going to feel once this show is over. It's going to leave a void, I truly believe. Am I still going to watch when it premieres? Probably not, only because I will not know what's going on. I will not disrespect the fandom like that and just see if I can just catch up. But we'll see what happens, though. We will definitely see what happens. Game of Thrones premieres on the 16th on HBO. If you have HBO Go, you can watch it on the app the very minute it goes off that night. So be on the lookout for that. In the other major news, ladies and gentlemen, we now have complete and full detailed information regarding the streaming service known as Disney Plus. Now, Disney Plus is going to be a monster. as we all knew and suspected, out of Disney. It was revealed on Disney's Investor Day. The service is going to launch on November 12th at $6.99 a month. That's about the price of a 10-piece nugget meal from McDonald's. We also are going to be able to pay for that at $69.99 for the year. So for those of you who like to go ahead and pay up front, you'll be able to do that. Now, this thing, let me tell you about this thing. This thing is going to be pretty major, because it's, okay, so the Walt Disney Company on Thursday unveiled Disney Plus, right? Direct to consumers streaming service, to be home to thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of content from the powerhouse of Disney. Now, for all of you who know what's going to be under the umbrella, we're talking about everything Disney, everything Marvel, everything Star Wars, everything Pixar, everything National Geographic, and now with the latest acquisition, everything Fox. In its first year, Disney Plus anticipates to host more than 25 all-new episodic series. Now, these are some of the few they're going to do. We got the Sandlot TV series. We have a Lady and the Tramp live action. We've got The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We have Loki, Hawkeye getting their own show. We have a WandaVision with the Scarlet Witch and the Vision getting their own show. As soon as the service launches, we get the Mandalorian, the Star Wars show. And it's going to be more than 10 original movies and specials. Like I said, including The Lady and the Tramp. That's going to be included on day one. Noel's going to be included on day one. And we've got more than 100 recent movie titles. When it does launch, you will be able to watch Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame. Now, we're sitting here now waiting for Endgame. The day it launches, you'll be able to watch Endgame again. So I think that's going to be pretty dope. Among other offerings, we've got more than 7,500 past episodes of on-air and off-the-air series. Now, if you are a Disney nerd like me, you have just realized, and especially if you have kids, oh my God, I can let my kids watch Tailspin. My kids are going to be able to watch Gummy Bears. I'm going to watch my son freak out. Donno's going to love Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Like, that's going to be insane to me. I can get to watch a marathon, finally, of High School Musical. It's going to be dope. Yes, I said High School Musical. Don't at me. High School Musical is dope. East Side High Wildcats forever. Anyways, it's going to be so much stuff, y'all. The vault is going to be open. So we're talking about all the old school films. Everything from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, old school Pinocchio. We're talking about The Sword and the Stone. We're talking about Fievel and The Great Adventure. Just so much stuff and so much content. Even the latest stuff. We got Pinocchio, Frozen, Moana's going to be there. All the Pixar films. All the Toy Stories, Cars, Up, so much great stuff. The Incredibles are going to be included. All the Star Wars films, people. All the Star Wars films. By the end of 2020, it will have the entire Star Wars franchise on this streaming service. Keep in mind, this service is still just $7. And with the acquisition of Fox, you've got all the old school X-Men movies. You have Avatar. All 30 seasons of The Simpsons are going to be involved on this streaming service. It's going to be pretty much on every platform. Apple TV, Chromecast, Fire Stick, PS4, Xbox One, and including Nintendo Switch, and presumably the PS5 and the Xbox Scarlet. This service is just $7. And people are wondering why Netflix had a dip, a nice dip in their stock, and why Disney just shot up out of nowhere like an RKO. But that's just me, y'all. Am I getting it? You better believe I'm getting it. We're just recently talking about how Netflix is going up in price. If I do drop Netflix, I mean, to be honest with you all, I'm really only holding on to Netflix because of Stranger Things. The comedy specials are good too, but they took my Marvel shows away already, and a lot of other shows are ending, like Kimmy Schmidt and Orange is the New Black. It's like, there's really not a whole lot of reason for me to stick around. I'll keep it, but if this Disney Plus adds Marvel comics, like the Read comics, similar to what they do over at DC Universe, I'm gone. Peace out, Netflix. Anyways, so let's get into the source wall. So for DC Comics, the pull list this week, we've got Detective Comics 1001. The Arkham Knight is now canon, people, and he is now about to give Batman the business in this one. Let's see what the Arkham Knight is up to. In more Batman comics, we have the Batman Who Laughs, number 4. Scott Snyder continues to just bless me with this character of Batman. I believe he's one of the best Batman writers ever, if not the best. He's doing amazing things with this book. The Batman Who Laughs, as you know, he made his debut back during Metal, and Snyder continues to just do amazing work with this character. I've been sucked in, and I cannot wait to see what else he does with this book. In Marvel pull list this week, we got Captain Marvel 4. Another showdown between the familiar battle of Rogue versus Carol Danvers. As you all who are huge fans of the X-Men television series back in the 90s, we know that fight went down and it didn't go so well for Captain Marvel. We'll see how it goes in the comics. We've got Web of Venom, Cult of Carnage, number 1. Carnage looks crazy in this book. I don't know what's going on, but I'm here for it. I love Carnage. I love the symbiotes. Let's see what happens. Speaking of symbiotes, we also have Symbiote Spider-Man number 1. Now, this book is based during the first time the character Peter Parker put on, or was taken over, so to speak, by the Venom symbiote suit. He's not cognizant yet of Venom itself, but it is set during that time, which is right during the time after the first Secret Wars. So we'll see what happens there. I think it'll be interesting to see that. Other releases, we have the Faithless number 1. It's a new one from Brian Azzarello from DC fame. He did great work here. Faithless appears to be a very scary book, but it's almost a little spiritual as well. Not as far as, like, telling you about God and Jesus or nothing, but it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. So I recommend getting that one. In other news, Marvel announces more arcs for July. Donnie Coates and Corey Smith, creators, tease the death of Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy number 7. I'm not sure how I feel about that one, but we will see. We also have a new series from the new solo series for Loki from writer Dan Kibblesmith and artist Oscar Bazudia. I think that's how you say his name. This is going to be spinning right out of the War of the Realms book, so we'll see how that goes. We also have a new Invisible Woman. She's finally getting her own book, and it's written by Mark Waid, great writer. We'll see what he does with that. And of course, we also know that the Jonathan Hickman books are coming out in July as well too. We've got 2 6-part miniseries, as mentioned before, Power of X and House of X. We'll see how those are going to go. Also, spilling out of the War of the Realms book, we have Punisher Kill Crew. We've got pretty much my man Frank Castle going after gods and monsters on a revenge mission, and he's got a van full of orphans with him. I don't know how that's going to play out, but if anybody I believe in my man Frank Castle. So we'll definitely see what happens there. All right, y'all, moving on. Let's go to Watch This. Now, this week, there was really only one thing to watch. And that was the Star Wars 9, The Rise of Skywalker trailer. Now, this was revealed during the Star Wars celebration. This was just yesterday, actually. The trailer has a lot of questions surrounding this trailer. If you watch the trailer, you have Luke speaking during the trailer, while there's a jump from black showing Rey in the desert having a standoff with what appears to be Kylo Ren's ship. It's kind of alluding to Rey being the next generation of Jedi, or in this case, the title Skywalker. We've got Billy D. Williams, Mr. Billy D. Williams, back as Lando Calrissian. I am very happy to see him back in his role. Also, toward the end of the trailer, we got a quote from Luke as he's still speaking, saying, "No one's ever really gone," followed by the maniacal laughter of Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious. This is confirmed by J.J. Abrams that Palpatine is going to return in Episode 9. Now, because of those words that he used, no one's ever really gone. And when you look at the title of this movie, The Rise of Skywalker, and you get the character confirmed, Palpatine, it's going to be back, I no longer think that The Rise of Skywalker is talking about Rey. I don't think The Rise of Skywalker is referring to Luke. I believe The Rise of Skywalker is Anakin. We may see the return of Hayden Christensen in his role as Anakin Skywalker. We might. Stranger things have happened. But I think that's what's going to happen here. Other trailers. Another trailer we got a second Lion King trailer. We got our first glimpses of Scar, the hyenas, Timon, and Pumbaa. A lot of classic scenes were brought to life during this trailer, and man, I got a little emotional. I'm not gonna lie. Just watching the live action adaptation of a lot of my favorite scenes and just small moments, like when the dung beetle opens his wings up and Simba's creeping up on it, and when Timon and Pumbaa are walking through the jungle and you see the transitions of Simba growing up. It just, it got it. I got emotions built up about it. So I am excited about this movie even more now. In more news for TV, DC Universe's Titans have cast Ian Glenn. Ian Glenn, if you know that name, he is from Game of Thrones as well. Ian Glenn has been cast to play Bruce Wayne, people. Now, quote from headline we have, after decades of fighting crime as Batman, billionaire Bruce Wayne is just as driven to protect Gotham from evil as he was in his prime. Needing to reconcile his relationship with Dick Grayson, the duo hope to forge a new dynamic as Bruce tries to help his former sidekick and the Titans achieve success. Now, that sounds to me like Brucey is going to empty those pockets, and we may see him not only paying for a new suit for Damian Wayne, a new suit for Dick, but also some gear for the rest of Titans, maybe even putting up the money for Titans Tower. We'll see about that. A lot of people aren't exactly thrilled about this particular Bruce Wayne or this pick for Bruce Wayne. A lot of the too old comments are being thrown around. A lot of the he doesn't look the part is being thrown around. But, I mean, let's think back, people. We had more nerd rage for Ben Affleck than anything in the world. And then the day he says he's no longer playing Batman, a lot of you fanboys out there cried into your mother's breast. I'm just saying, let's give this guy a chance. Bruce Wayne will be a big part of the series going forward, but it's unclear at this point if Glenn will actually appear in the cape and cowl as Batman. The description notes that he acted as Batman for much of his life, but he's now fighting crime and injustice as billionaire Bruce Wayne. So, Glenn is definitely going to be playing Bruce Wayne. Will he be Batman? That leaves a question up in the air. Last bit of news we have here by way of watch this. Hellboy hit theaters this week. And it didn't hit as hard as it would have liked to. A lot of negative reviews are coming out about Hellboy. I haven't seen it yet personally. But we'll have to see what happens. Hellboy was a good franchise. I hate to see this one end here at a reboot. I know a lot of people were looking at it and, giving the brick response. You're not wrong. But we'll see what happens. I hope it gets better. I hope more people give it a chance. But and I hope you guys out there still go see it. I still want to see it. All right, so let's get into Thumb Life. Not much by way of gaming news this week. The game Outward was released. Could have been better. A little bit buggy in the controls, and for combat were mediocre at best. Decent game, but nothing I'm gonna play again. Last bit of news for that. In Sony's world, PSN now launches the name change option, to where you can change your handle online now. The first one's free, baby. That first one's going to be free. But every time you change it after that, it's going to be $10. And if you're a PS Plus member, $5. Sony's also automatically changing inappropriate names. So, for y'all out there who want to be, big chief for 420, they're going to probably nah. They're going to give you a nice little placeholder name until you're ready to come back in there and change it. I'd really hate for somebody to go out there and spend their $10 on a name change, trying to be inappropriate, and it just falls in their face. Just pick something appropriate, people, and keep it moving. That's all I got by way of that news right there. In other news, the last thing we got here is the first image of a black hole, y'all. Got a black hole out there in space. It's inside the Messier 87. It's a galaxy located in the Virgo cluster, about 55 million light years away. Whoa, that's a long way away. Thanks to MIT grad Katie Bowman creating the algorithm to create the computer program to work with 8 radio observations to capture the image. Is it just me, or does this thing look like the Eye of Sauron? I mean, it looked a little familiar to me. I mean, maybe it's because, I don't know. Maybe I just speak geek, but I was like, okay, that looks a little familiar. But anyways, that's what I thought, and maybe you all thought the same. let's see what else. Also, so this past weekend was WrestleMania weekend, and allegedly a major women's wrestler was trying to get out of her contract. Sasha Banks apparently wants out of WWE. She actually, I believe, asked for her release right after Mania or during Mania weekend. It looks like they gave her a little bit of time off to kind of think about it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, Sasha's been a pretty big workhorse for WWE. Definitely very instrumental during the women's revolution. And I just don't think that she should be treated as unfairly or, booked the way she's been booked lately. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I haven't done this in a while. We got upcoming Comic-Con conventions. Right now we got going on the anime convention. That's going on this weekend. If you are in Dubai, you can go to the Middle East Film and Comic-Con. For those of you who got that kind of money like that, who can just, fly to Dubai whenever you want to. Also this weekend, we had the Empire State Comic-Con. In El Paso, Texas, we had the El Paso Comic-Con. Coming up in a few weeks, we have in Toronto, the International Fan Festival in Toronto. We have the Philadelphia Con John in Philadelphia on the 20th. That's on 4/20, as mentioned before. We've got the Wilmington GEEK Expo in Wilmington, North Carolina. That's my home state. We also have coming up Awesome Con. Yes, Awesome Con. The 26th to 28th in Washington, D.C. And that's going to be a pretty big one, too. And we also had the Cape Comic Con that same weekend. That's going to be in Cape Girardeau. And we also had the South Texas Comic Con in McAllen, Texas. Also that same weekend, we've got the Boston Kids Comic Fest in Boston, Mass. And we have Power Comic Con in Florence, South Carolina. That's all I got this week, y'all. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. As usual, folks, please go to Spreaker.com. Look for Do You Speak Geek. And subscribe to the channel. Follow us. Like the episodes. Also, if you can't get the episodes on the .com, hit up iTunes. Go to Google Play Music. You can find me there. Also, on the social medias, you can follow me at DYSG Media. That's Facebook. At underscore Do You Speak Geek. That is Twitter. And at Do You Speak Geek. That is on Facebook. Please go to YouTube. Follow Do You Speak Geek. Subscribe. Like the videos. Hit the comment section. Flick the bell for all notifications. We want to know what you think here at DYSG. This has been episode 4. I hope you all enjoyed it. And as usual, I speak geek. Do you speak geek?